Hey Fowler family, it's Nicole and it's Tuesday, October 20th, and I'm coming to you with a critical message and I want to get right to the point. We have had residents test positive for COVID at Fowler. Let me start off by telling you everything that I know up to the minute. This weekend, we sent a resident who lives on our Worth Memory Care neighborhood out to the hospital for unrelated causes, and by unrelated, I mean unrelated to COVID. While at the hospital, this resident was tested for COVID, and we were notified yesterday that that test result came back positive. As a result, we implemented our pandemic protocols and we tested the remaining residents of that neighborhood. A few of those residents also came back positive, and you can see all of the testing results and numbers on our COVID incident log located on the COVID section of our website. In addition, we began testing of our teammates in that area as well. We have confirmed 2 teammates who are positive also, and again, you'll see those testing results and any results that are still pending at this time. I want to assure you that our first and foremost concern is the care of residents, their protection and their safety, as well as our team. And so we are considering all of the best options to navigate during this time. You might recall me earlier on in this pandemic talking about a COVID unit that we were establishing in preparation for a time such as this. It does allow us to have certain care capacity for any residents in the event of COVID. And I also have to make sure that we have the adequate number of teammates to be able to not only give care to that COVID area, but also to the other areas in Pearl Norton Care Center. We are in the process of making that assessment. If we determine that we cannot provide the adequate supervision or staffing necessary, I have worked with several trusted partners in the industry who are open to us to provide temporary care to our residents as they recover from COVID. Now let me say this, our residents who did test positive for COVID are not exhibiting any symptoms, and that certainly is a good sign, and we will continue to pray for that to be the outcome as we work towards getting those negative tests and return to being COVID-free at Fowler. Of course, we have notified those families and we have notified all of the residents within our communities in addition to all of our teammates. But you are part of our family as well, and as I have done in the past, I have brought these critical messages directly to you. As things develop and unfold, we will continue to update our website, and please make sure that you go there to check for up-to-date information. As I was going today to conduct our resident briefing and share this information, in walking to the Pearl Norton Care Center, I came across this fall foliage, this simple little leaf that was in the center of my path as I walked up the steps to the Pearl Norton Care Center. Now, I can't tell you how many leaves I walked past in my time, but this one stuck out to me. It was dead center in the second step as I ascended the steps. And I think what it reminds me of is not only is it a beautiful color, and I love fall foliage, but it reminds me that change is inevitable. In my entire lifetime, every season has given way to another. In this case, we've gone from summer into fall, and fall will eventually give way to winter, eventually give way to spring, and the cycle will continue over and over again. It has for all the years of my life. It's a reminder to me now that COVID has happened. We didn't ask for it, we didn't want it, but it's here. And some of those outcomes are inevitable, regardless of how we rally or rail against them or lament at their existence. And I took this leaf as a message to our team to say, don't despair. To everything there is a season. And we're going to do all the same things that we've always done. We're going to step forward in faith, but we're also going to step forward armed with how we have prepared to respond to this pandemic. We're going to step forward with full hearts, with the intention to care and love and protect. None of that has changed. The circumstances may have changed, the color of this leaf may have changed, but we are still going to show up and do all of the things that we know how to do, and let the things that are beyond our control stay out of our thought and our mind, so that we can focus all our energy on what we can control. So I know this message will not be one of joy for you and could create anxiety, and I know that you will join with us in that collective sigh of saying, why now? But as I've said before, we were made for a time such as this. We only know how to respond and move forward. We will do our best and consider all options to learn from this experience, to protect the residents and navigate them through their recovery. And I am praying that ours will be a story of recovery, because now, almost 8 months into this pandemic, I am reassured by the stories of recovery that I have heard, not only in the news, but in our community groups of providers such as Fowler, who have experienced this before us and have told the tales of recovery. So please join me in your prayers for our residents, our team, the families who are experiencing this message. Help us to continue to persevere through this, and to know that this season will give way to a new season, when I hope we don't have to talk about COVID anymore. I hope that you are safe and well where you are. Continue to practice love your neighbor basics, wear your mask, sanitize, social distance. Now more than ever, we need to stay vigilant to the things that we know can prevent the spread. I'll be talking to you real soon. Take care.